Now, here's today's host, Dr. Tony Ebel.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to our awesome pediatric chiropractic focus show here, sponsored by ChiroSecure. I'm Dr. Tony Ebel. Thank you again to ChiroSecure and the whole team that makes this happen, gets it all set up and gets it shared. But most importantly, thank you to everyone who is watching and tuning in. Please share this. Please comment. I would love to, again, obviously not during, won't be able to, but I'd love to after read any comments and questions that you have for me so I can make sure to address those on future shows, because I'm with you first Thursday of every month. And then Dr. Monica Berger, pure, unbelievable rock star, super important person to my career, is with you on the third Thursdays of every month as well. So here's what I'm going to be covering. If you don't know me from Adam, I am a practicing, living, breathing, rocking pediatric chiropractor outside of Chicago, 11 years of experience, and also blessed to teach and train tons of other pediatric chiropractors through Epic and everything we do there. So with that, with a decade of experience of building and running and being blessed to take care of kids and families myself, and then helping so many others, whether they're trying to transform their practice from pain and shift to where we all love to be, which is kids and families and all that joy, or I especially love working with startups, we've really dialed in the formula. And on the last show, I took you through the 5 steps that says, hey, this is the makeup. This is the formula and algorithm that, I'm going to use this word, is absolutely required to get to a place where you're taking care of tons of kids and families with chiropractic care. And let's see, again, we could spend 400 episodes about the impact that creates when you get to that place. Because we all know that there is nothing more important to every parent, every family, everywhere than their kids' well-being and health. And we also, unfortunately, know that in today's world, your town, my town, every town, there is way too many sick kids, way too many stressed families. So the whole point of me spending my time with you here on every single show is to get you better at getting their life better, plain and simple. And chiropractic is truly the missing link. It's truly the things that families don't have. Most of them don't even don't even know they don't have, aren't even aware of. But man, when they get it, everything changes. So let's talk about you. Let's talk about our responsibility to get it in the way that we need to, so we can then share, articulate, and deliver it, chiropractic, to kids and families everywhere. It truly does start with us if we're ever going to get to them and create the impact that we know we can with pediatric and family-focused chiropractic. So the first step we took you through last time on the formula is the one we're going to expand upon then with this show. And that is the conversation around certainty. Another great mentor of mine, Dr. David Fletcher, has always said, this was a statement he made that always resonated with me and stuck with me. And he said, you get paid at the level with which you operate with certainty. And that is so true within chiropractic. One of the other steps that we'll expand upon next time is we know that the best communicators, so the best, you've heard it, right? Everybody from a stage tells you, you just got to tell the story, right? That's the metaphoric way of saying, if you're a great communicator of the chiropractic message, you build your practice around that. And that is absolutely true. If you reverse engineer the most successful practices out there, the best communicators have the best practices. But there's a step before that seeing communication, and that is certainty. If you open up, if you lift the hood on that chiropractor, the reason they can communicate and articulate so well the message of chiropractic is they themselves understand it and own it so well. Their certainty is unmatched, and they've studied and know what's going on with chiropractic more than they've studied the delivery of it. One begets the other, and then that begets success and rocking in practice. And I'm going there as a starting formula here around certainty, because in the pediatric marketplace, you're communicating, you're talking to parents. And moms especially are the ones who make the decisions for healthcare for their family. And if you want them to make the decision that says, trust me with your baby, your babies, your family, trust me with chiropractic and adjusting them for your babies and your family, then certainty is a 10x even more important thing for you to have in pediatrics. If you think it's a bit of a tricky situation to communicate the value of chiropractic to Bob with back pain whose insurance covers it, well, I'm telling you, and I'm not telling you to scare you on this, I'm telling you to prepare you on this, that says if you want to serve kids and families, you need to have even more certainty than the musculoskeletal focused sports injury. And again, fantastic practices if that's their choice, PI-based practice. In pediatrics, certainty trumps everything. And this is my blanket statement. This is what I want you to go home with today. It all starts with and stays with certainty. And I wanted to add that and stays and make sure that sticks with you as well, because even if you get a good conversation started and you get a child started with care, here's what happens in a kid's life. Like every patient of every kind, they run into trouble. They run into challenges. And when there's a challenge, that mother, that mom, that someone in that child's life might challenge you to say, and how are you going to help? How are you going to make this better? Explain this to me. And I'll get to the explain part with the back half of our show today and spend the last few minutes on that. But you have to stay in your lane and you have to stay in certainty, because that is where you belong. And it's the chiropractors who veer out of the chiropractic lane and out of the chiropractic story and out of the chiropractic philosophy, science, and art that then get picked off because they're not in their safe zone. So again, for peds, trust is everything. I introed it on the first show that if we break it all apart and we simplify it to two things that you really need in your message to be successful, to be the trusted pediatric chiropractor for that family, it is empathy was the number one, which that honestly, I think personally is the easiest one. You're chiropractors. You got a heart bigger than Texas, right? You just want to serve. You just want to take care of people. So empathy is caring and invoking that. But the second one is where the chiropractor falls short, especially if they want to serve kids, and that is having authority. We're pushovers. We're pansies. We're wusses, okay? And especially when it comes, we maybe can handle the sciatic disc injury conversation with clarity and authority, but when it comes into the birth trauma and how does subluxation affect a child's life conversation, most chiropractors didn't get there. Now, why? Let's be truthful, and it's fine. Let's not use it as a complaint, as an excuse. Let's understand this is where you're subluxated in this journey. So again, I promise I'll leave you with action steps that gets you unsubluxated, so it gets you to this place of certainty. But yeah, no, you didn't get it in school, okay? They didn't teach you everything you needed to know about the science of subluxation. You didn't get everything you need to know about communication, and you definitely didn't get everything you needed to know about pediatrics. So maybe you're watching this show and you know with certainty that you don't have certainty yet. Fine. Stick with this channel. Stick with these shows. Stick with me. We will take the action steps we'll give you at the end of this one, and you'll get to it. And what does your certainty need to be in? Yes, the philosophy. Yes, the science. And yes, the art. But here's what I want to extract out of it with our last few minutes today and make sure that you know. This is another quote from another great friend and person I love to listen and be trained from. Dr. Dan Sullivan, during one of his talks I was attending, said this way. And it's accurate. You need to know it and then apply it to pediatric and family care. Science is the language of today, was Dan's quote. And I will tell you without any shadow of a doubt, for communicating and connecting with certainty and clarity to parents, you need to know the science of subluxation and the science of chiropractic with such unrelenting, obsessive certainty that you can then communicate and clarify with a very science-heavy, strong message to transfer your certainty to them so they buy from you. And why do we want them to buy chiropractic from us? Because we know it's the greatest thing in the world. And here's what I need your certainty to know. And again, I'll give you the steps to get there. The worst thing, and I'm not by the way, I hope this comes across with the right tone. I'm the least fear-based, scare-based guy in the world. I'm an empowerer, I'm empathy, I'm authority, but I also know the truth, and I will speak to the truth and then help people through it when need be, parents, families, and for their kids especially. Here's the truth. Here's what science shows us with unremarkable clarity and conciseness. Subluxation is the worst thing a child can have today. And doubling down on that, there are more subluxated children with, here's Tony Farmer language, with more bad subluxations than ever before in your community. So yes, there's with adult issues, there's more heart disease, there's more stress, there's more depression, there's more of that. I get it. And let's serve them too. But let's start by delivering the message to the kids. Let's start changing the next generations by taking kids out of the perfect storm sooner and earlier and immediately in their life, instead of trying to fix all these broken, shut down, subluxated both physically, neurologically, and mentally, emotionally in their understanding adults. Let's get out ahead of it. So the trump card. So take this home as we round up this show today. It is science that you must study and must be able to communicate more than ever before. If you were to come to one of my Perfect Storm workshops or watch the webinar next week that we will do for thousands of parents, if you watch those, you will see that the heaviest distribution of the 3 wings of chiropractic in my communication to the community is science. I am going to first connect the message to them in science, because science sells. Science invokes authority. Science invokes trust. You need to be known. You need to be liked. You need to be trusted. So being known is called marketing. Do it. Being liked is easy. Don't be a jerk. Being trusted is hard. You've got to study. You've got to earn it. You've got to know it. You've got to be it, as we say in Epic, to become it for your community. So what you got to know, again, just to put a bow on this, subluxation is the worst thing that a child could go through. Therefore, actually, let me double down. Remember, subluxation is the worst thing a child could ever have. It limits their ability. You think gluten's bad, glycophosphate's bad, and everything else is bad? You're right. Try and put that crap into a subluxated system and see how the kid handles it, because subluxation limits a child's ability to adapt. And in this more stressful, toxic world than we have, yes, we need to reduce those things, but more importantly, health comes from adaptability and resiliency. Our kids today need more resiliency and more adaptability, a la more chiropractic in their life than ever before, because they need a perfectly functioning nervous system, because there's more of them subluxated than ever before. And that immediately conveys that the best thing you could give your community is chiropractic. The best thing you could give a child is adjustments and care plans. So what must you do? What's your action step I'd like to leave you with, without any shadow of a doubt? Whatever you've been working, I honestly, if you want to serve kids and families, this goes beyond what is your favorite versus isn't. You may love the philosophy of chiropractic and you've read every green book 42 times, and you may love your art. You may love to take technique courses and you spend every weekend of your life in another technique course. Fantastic. If you don't know the science in spades with epic certainty and clarity, then you won't be able to communicate it and convey it to your community, and parents won't pick up on it. So my take-home step for you is to study the science like never before. Come hang out in one of my classes. Come do that. I am a science-driven person. I don't have a weakness in my philosophy or my technique. They're as strong as can be as well. But my trump card, and I know this to be true, not from theory, not because I want it to be that way, because I love science, but because it works that way in the world and the market that we all live in right now. Science is your trump card. Study it, learn it. If you're at 8 out of 10 on the certainty scale with the science of subluxation in a child, perfect storm, birth trauma, everything that goes with it, become a 10. When you get to 10, you get to have that pediatric and family practice of your dreams, where your biggest problem is, like mine right now, keeping up. So that's what I'm going to go do. Get back in practice, meet with the realtor, get for our next big practice we're moving into in the spring, and keep going, keep training, keep sharing. Thank you, ChiroSecure. Not August 20th. I wish, because I'm a Midwesterner. That would mean it's warmer. On December 20th, so coming in hot right before Christmas. Get back on this channel again, Facebook, YouTube, and everywhere we share this pediatric chiropractic show with ChiroSecure, because the one and only Dr. Monica Berger and an amazing, I think I'm okay to say the guest, just awesome. Speaking of reading the book 80 times, her textbook, Dr. Claudia Onrig will be on there as well as her guest. So those two will be rocking and rolling Thursday on the 20th. Join then. I'll see you back next month, first Thursday of January.
Today's Pediatrics show, Look to the Children, was brought to you by ChiroSecure and the award-winning book series, I Am a Lovable Me. Make sure you join us next week, right here at the same time. See you next week.